And I get cheesy. What's up, neighbors? Hi, it's 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, and so that means it's time for Flirty Friday. I'm Susanna, the date maven, and I'm joined today by Jocelyn Galicia, and she is a fellow super cool female entrepreneur, and I'm going to explain in just a moment why I asked her to join me. Now, if you've watched Flirty Friday before, you know that each week I try to share social tips and dating tips and give commentary on what's going on in the world of dating. And I also like to try to feature other entrepreneurs who are based out of Wichita, Kansas, if I can, particularly if what they do aligns with what I do. So welcome, Jocelyn, to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here.
Great. And I also have to kind of give a shout out to a little bit of a late coming co-sponsor for today's show, and that would be Jessica over at Giorgio Armani in Dillardstown East, who helped me out. I was looking kind of pasty and pale and not exactly what we call camera ready today, and so she got me amped up on the makeup, and she's just also an awesome person. So if you ever have a gala or something you're going to, special event to get ready for, maybe special date night, go over to Jessica at the Armani counter in the cosmetic section of Dillard's, and she'll just make you look gorgeous. So I was explaining to Jocelyn before we went live that with her company, Mobile Cartoon, I wanted to feature that, even though it might not seem like an obvious connection, yeah. Right? Like I'm not an investor or anything, you know, it's not like I get some kind of kickback here. But years ago, I had dated this guy who was impeccable about keeping his car clean. And when he came to pick me up with his shiny, clean car, and the inside was vacuumed and dusted, and every surface was just polished like new, I felt respected, and I felt cared for, and I felt like he wanted to impress me and put his best foot forward. And I know it sounds maybe a little bit old-fashioned, and I'm going to be unapologetic about that. It probably is old-fashioned, but I noticed, and I took away a message about what he thought of me and what kind of investment he was willing to make. And cleaning your car, when I'm saying the word investment, that's usually about sweat investment for people. Yeah. If they don't have the time to make their car just really pretty and clean, because we live busy lives, right? We're driving around, taking kids places and eating the fast food, and like if you've ever been anywhere with me, you know I usually have about 2 or 3 pairs of backup shoes in my car because I'm going to wear the high heels, and then I'm going to ditch those when my feet start hurting. Yeah,
same.
Okay, so I get that it is hard to keep a clean car, but Mobile Car Tune-Up will take all the effort out of it. So can you explain a little bit about what you do?
Of course, yeah. For busy people, we go to offices, apartment buildings, and individuals' houses to clean their vehicles. And it's super easy. Customers just schedule online at mobilecartoon.com, and we can be there the next day to clean their vehicle.
Okay. So you really don't need a lot of advance notice then?
No.
Just a day out is sufficient?
Yeah, a day or
so
two.
If it's a Thursday or Friday, do you work on Saturdays?
Yeah, we work 7 days a week.
Okay, it's kind of like the date maven thing. It's like people are always dating.
Yep, Saturday morning, schedule for Saturday morning.
Is that your busy day? Is that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so when you show up, then you have to get access to the car somehow. Do you just kind of go in and say, hi, I'm here, give me your key fob? What happens then?
So usually customers just leave their car unlocked, and since on the website they're able to select what car they have, we know what car we're servicing.
You're not just going up and like checking cars. Oh, that one doesn't open. This one opens. This must be the one I'm cleaning. Okay.
Yeah. But customers will be notified when we arrive via text.
Okay. So they kind of know, like, if they hear footsteps outside or the motion sensors at their house go off. And then how do they pay? Do they pay through an app or?
We collect payment after we're done servicing the vehicle. We take card.
Okay.
Any form of payment.
Okay, so cash, check, credit card, all the usual. Yep. What about if someone wants to say this is just part of their weekly or monthly routine and they want you coming back like the same time every week or every month, so this is just, it's a chore that's done?
Yeah, we have subscription plans in the works right now for that you'll be able to order on or sign up online. Right now, if you call, I can get you on a subscription plan, and you get a discount for doing it every month.
Oh, you want to throw that number out in case I want to call? Like, don't call while we're shooting, but call in about 5 minutes. What's the number they would call?
The number is 316-308-0310.
308-0310. We will try to drop that into the comments as well, so that if you didn't catch it just now, you'll have the opportunity to go back and look. Now, how did you get into this business? Because I know we first met at some entrepreneurial forums and workshops and things like that, and I remember thinking, like, how does she even know what she wants to do with her life? Because when I was her age, I didn't. I was like, well, I guess I'll just go to grad school because I don't know what to do with myself. So how did you know this is what you wanted to do? How did you get into this?
When I was 12, my older brother gave me a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it talks about assets and entrepreneurship and how you can build a company. And I fell in love with the idea that an entrepreneur has the ability to impact countless lives through their work and grow something as big as they want to grow it. And growing up, my family, my parents are immigrants, and so I saw my family struggle financially, and so I wanted to give my family a better future. So when I was 12, I decided that I wanted to be an entrepreneur so I could help give back to my family and to my community.
I love that that seed was planted at 12. That's books. Yeah. And so do you have anyone else working with you? Are you a solopreneur, or who's on the team?
I started with 2 of my cousins who still help me. They're engineers now, doing really cool things.
Yeah.
But I'm running the company. I'm the managing partner, and then I have employees that help service vehicles.
Okay. Do you have thoughts of other companies to come, other businesses that might dovetail with this, or is this enough to keep you occupied for now?
For now, this is what I'm doing 24/7.
Okay.
But in the future, I would like to start more companies.
Okay. And will you be staying in Wichita?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
I love Wichita.
Yeah. I had a feeling that was probably the answer, but I took the gamble just in case. Now, one of the things too that when I've heard Jocelyn speak, that just this chick has it together, and she has it together at a really young age, and maybe you need to write a book about how to do that. But I thought this is also a woman of integrity. So we all, have all these conveniences in our lives, apps and drive-through lanes and things that are supposed to make things easy. And sometimes when we have things that are really easy, it's easy to forget about the choice that still exists in how to treat people and how to do business and how to just conduct oneself with integrity. And I just really felt like I sense people's energy, and I got that vibe from Jocelyn, just that this is a person of integrity. And I have a feeling that comes from your family and your environment probably, but I felt like then, okay, that'll be a good topic to sort of talk about, because that infuses everything we do. The way we parent, the way we date, the way we do business, it just infuses all of our activity in life. And so if you'll allow me to kind of shift and definitely jump in on this if you wish. Ways to date with integrity was something I was kind of chewing on in my brain, and I've written about this in my blog, but I've never talked about it on this show. And I got to thinking about how maybe my environment had shaped my perspective or my mindset around this. As a dating coach and matchmaker, I definitely have some written agreements, some contracts that people say, yes, this is the work we're going to do together, and this is how long it's going to take, and these are our objectives, and this is what I'm going to pay you, and that sort of thing. And it's good in business to have those. But I also, in the past, have done things on a little bit of just a handshake and a smile and eye contact, kind of that old-fashioned way. And I've had business mentors and event planners and various people in my life just kind of look at me like, you are naive and maybe a little foolish. And I get that. And there have been only a couple of times when that kind of bit me in the butt and, someone kind of screwed me over. But all in all, I don't regret that that's my way, that that's my unofficial policy, because I think that that's a little bit of just being Midwestern. There's a phrase I use called being Kansas kind, which sometimes people are a little too Kansas kind. They don't tell you the truth, and they could perhaps be a little more blunt. But I think there's some value in that as well, and I can give my clients some tough love when they need it. when they're sabotaging themselves or they're just kind of being a general jerk or something about a dating and relationship issue, I can still deliver that, and I can still be Kansas kind. I am honest, and I want my clients to be honest with me in their feedback and in what their expectations of me are. And I want them to know that when I give my word is good. It doesn't, whether it is on 50 pages of contracts or just verbal, that's what that means. And one of the ways that plays out when someone, I think, chooses to do business with a local entrepreneur, this isn't going to be true all the time, but I think that, I can confidently say I don't overcharge and you don't overpay. I look for opportunities to be flexible and generous with my clients, if at all possible. I don't have to consult some policy manual that came down from corporate that tells me, oh, I can make an exception here, or I can bend a rule here. You probably have to make a lot of those kinds of calls on the fly.
Oh yeah, every car that we service is different.
Yeah.
Because everyone uses their car differently. So when we get to a car, we say, okay, specifically, what services does this vehicle need? And try to do the
diagnostic, like
right.
I do. I do a diagnosis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're, if we're working together and I say, oh, this is a 6-week coaching program and you have to go to Taiwan for 2 of those weeks, well, congratulations, you really just got an 8-week coaching program, because I'm not penalizing you because you have to go to Taiwan for half of a month. Or if we are engaging in an 8-week program and your mother gets sick and you need to go take care of your mom, and then when you come back, once you've taken care of her, then it's my job to take care of you and take care of your love life. So I want people to know that, so that they understand life happens, and I recognize that life happens. There are some people that are sticklers for the letter of the law and sticklers for fine print, and I try not to be that way. My lineage, I guess, or my ancestry is farm families. Like my grandparents were all farmers, and there was definitely a different kind of business ethic that went along with that, and the small communities that they were a part of, because everyone knew your business. Everyone knew what you were up to and where your kids are at and who's in school and who's in church and whatever. So anyway, I do expect my clients to be fair and honest with me, to expect that of me, and that if I'm going to give assignments or activities, they're going to do them and do them in a timely manner, and they're going to make their tuition payments on time and that kind of thing. And those are really, really basic things, but sometimes I think it's good to articulate the basics and not make assumptions, right? So I figure at the end of the day, the best case scenario for kind of doing business this way is that it works, everyone wins, and a good reputation is reinforced. And the worst case scenario is I take a lump or two, swallow hard, have an expensive lesson, not going to do business with that person again. But if I've acted with integrity, then my karma's clean. So I'm not losing sleep over that. So if that's the kind of attitude and trust and commitment that you want in the people that you do business with, then please allow me to recommend Jocelyn's company. If you are looking for love and social connection, obviously I want to be your resource for that. At the Date Maven. I think that's probably enough of that sermon for today. I do want to invite anyone who's watching to submit suggestions for future topics. Are there any dating or relationship topics that girls your age, guys your age are talking about, complaining about? Like what's happening in the mind of the 20-somethings?
I think that there are a lot of traditions that in dating that are not happening anymore, because we have Tinder and Facebook and Twitter, and
so
we need to
people are
go
wondering,
back and learn.
what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. So
go relearn some of those old tricks.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'm old-fashioned, and so is this gal. So there's a
sure.
reason to bring it back.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, traditional dates are great.
Yes.
My boyfriend took me on our first date, and he was one of the only guys that actually asked me on a date that were interested. Usually, often I see guys just not asking for dates, just wanting to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm like, hang out. Like
When we have to use air
"Oh,
quotes,
I don't want to hang
that
out.
means confusion ensues. If there are air quotes involved, we don't know what's going on.
How about a date?
Yeah. No, that's again, it's a basic, simple premise. Ask for a blankety blank date, and make it clear that it's a date. And so if it's a no, it's a no. You're gonna move on. And if it's a yes, yay. That's what you want. You want a yes to a date, not a yes to a I might hang out with you if I'm not doing anything better Saturday at 2:45 p.m.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Yep.
Anyway. All right, well, I'll have to marinate on that a little bit. If you think of other things that the guys and gals your age have been it's been chapping their hide a little bit, let me know. Viewers, let me know as well if you have requests for what you'd like to see me talk about on Flirty Friday. And if you have thoughts or requests as far as like other business owners like Jocelyn, based in Wichita, Kansas, who might be good to sit down at the table with me. Anything else that you think we ought to add today, either about your business or dating in general, or anything you want to kind of make people aware of?
A clean car is a really good first impression. When I step into someone's vehicle, you can kind of tell if their car's not together, maybe their life's not together. And those assumptions, they're made even though they're not always correct.
Yeah. Well, people know I'm a clothes horse. I love fashion. I have a ton of clothes, probably more than anyone has a right to have. And if I get in a car and I'm like looking around going, am I going to get gum on this? Or like pop stains on my white pants? And I just, again, it kind of comes back to that modicum of respect. And I want to leave the interaction kind of unscathed by your car. All right. Well, are there any comments, Chrissy, that we need to address today? All right. Then this has been perfect. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for joining me.